Howdy and welcome. I'm glad you're here. This video is a brief summary of a class reading about the fascinating world of organizational change, especially within the sport industry. Whether you are a die-hard sport fan or aspiring to be in the sport industry as a sport management professional, understanding how and why sport organizations change is crucial for anyone looking to make an impact in this field. Let's break it down. Change is a constant in the world of sports, and it comes in many forms. It can involve altering functions, relocating resources, adjusting structures, or even changing personnel. But why does this change happen? How can organizations handle it effectively? First, let's talk about the two main types of change: expected and forced. Expected changes are those we can anticipate and prepare for. For example, the National Women's Soccer League has seen planned changes in scheduling and team expansion, which allow them time to adjust and prepare. Expected changes like Major League Baseball move to instant replay are generally smoother because they're predictable. On the other hand, forced changes are driven by external pressures most of the time. Think about how COVID 19 forced sports leagues to adapt quickly, or the pressures on teams to change mascots that are representing indigenous groups. These changes are often more challenging because they come with sudden urgency and they can be met with resistance. A notable example is the NFL's Washington football team. Pressure from their FedEx sponsor and societal movements led to this team changing its controversial name. And this wasn't just about a new name, it was about responding to societal expectations and external demands. Now, let's discuss how organizations manage this. Change can be incremental, where small adjustments are made over time, or it can be radical, involving major shifts. Incremental changes are often less disruptive, like adjusting game schedules, and radical changes, like a complete rebranding, can be more impactful and they can be more disruptive. In both cases, communication is key. For instance, the US Olympic Committee had to undergo significant structural changes in response to Larry Nassar's scandal. This was a complex and sensitive process that required very clear communication and careful management. Managing change involves logistics, and it also involves addressing the emotional responses of the people that are affected by this change. Resistance to change is common and it can stem from anxiety, from discomfort, from fear to the unknown. And organizations need to address these concerns through effectively communicating and involving the stakeholders in the entire process. Lastly, let's talk about learning organizations. These are groups that adapt and evolve by integrating new knowledge. The NBA and the WNBA are prime example as they have embraced societal responsibility and allowed players to advocate for social justice. By learning from the past experiences and adapting to new trends, these leagues show how they are embracing change and they can lead to significant improvements and innovation. That's a wrap for today's explorations of organizational change in sports. Whether it's expected or forced, incremental or radical, understanding how to navigate change is vital for anyone in sport management. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you're not my student and you stumble across this video in your quest for information, stay tuned for more strategies on how to create and maintain vibrant, sustainable sport organizations that thrive in the current dynamic sport industry. If you're my student, you know what to do. I'll see you in class.